Okay, Eileen has told you all about our introduction, our background, and our purpose. So now I'll let you all know how we go about achieving all this. First, we rely on our primary research. Primary research means the information that we get firsthand. This includes survey, interview with NUS Career Center, and interview with alumni. Why do we need primary research? Because primary research, right, will enable us to get information which is raw and have not been influenced by any other factor. So in that way, we will be able to see truly what is the problem here. Next, of course, we cannot do without a secondary research. Whatever information we have found, we have to cross-refer it to some other source. In that way, we will know, okay, what are the information that are actually really accurate, or what is it that maybe is lacking, because we cannot depend only on one student or two students, for example, to give us what they think. We need a lot of information. So I will bring you all through our primary and secondary research. First is the survey. We managed to get a total of 41 responses from our survey, and it's actually adequately spread among 4 levels of studies. As you can see in this bar chart, it's like almost equal, so that we can safely say that, okay, it spreads across all the 4 years of studies of students. Next, how do we conduct this survey? First, we do it via SurveyMonkey. Why we did using SurveyMonkey is because they have one option where you can analyze result and they plot all the chart for you, so we don't need to do all the plotting. This will save us time, and that enable us to spend more time on our suggestion brainstorming. So next, we also enlist help from our coordinator in order to send all the link via emails to everyone in NUS. Because if only we just send, even though we did bug our friend to do, but it's like we are afraid that our friends will provide us with biased view, because those are the people. There's some saying birds of the same feathers flock together or something. So if we only rely on our friends, it may not be very accurate. So we send it to all NUS engineering cohort. Okay. Next, we also did interview with NCC. Why we choose to do interview with NCC? First, we have done survey. We have already got information from students' point of view. The next thing we need to do is we have to have a balance. That's why we go and interview NCC. We want to see what is their point of view, what challenges they face. So we have a face-to-face interview with Miss Corinne Ong, who is currently the director of the NCC. From her, we have obtained a lot of information, which I will share with you all later. And finally, for our primary research, we go and approach alumni. Okay, why alumni? Because we think that they have personal experience in the workforce. They have already graduated and gone out. I am sure they have undergone many interviews, so they will know what kind of skills employers look out for. So when they are already in that situation, we will know that what is it that they wish they would have had in the NUS. Maybe they will wish that, oh, I wish NUS Career Center had provided me with these skills so that now I don't need to suffer, or, oh, because NUS Career Center has provided me with these skills, now I'm very happy. That kind of thing. That's why we need them. Okay. And this one, next I'll be talking about our secondary research, which is the comparison between NUS and NTU graduating students. Why we need to compare? Remember the video? There's one statement that said NTU engineering students is better than NUS engineering students. So we would like to find out. So how we did was we compared their salary and percentage of employment. So we see whether NUS graduates are more likely to be hired or NTU graduates, and how is the salary like. Okay. After doing all this methodology and all our research, right, we come up with 3 key problems that we identify. First is the disagreement on charge. Currently, right, the services provided by NUS Career Center, some of them are charged. How many of you have actually joined the workshop, CV writing workshop, interview skill workshop before? None. How much they charge you for that? $5 to $10. So what do you think of the charge?
I think it was reasonable.
It was reasonable. Okay, thankfully none think it's reasonable, but not all students think it's reasonable, which I will deal with it later. Next is the lack of enthusiasm in students pointed out by the NUS Career Center. And the third problem we identify is the inefficient dissemination of information. I shall go to the first one first. Disagreement on charges. Like just now, I think none belongs to this group of students which thinks that the current charge is appropriate from our survey. However, this group of people, which is 63% of the survey respondents, thinks that the charge is currently not reasonable. Some things that is too expensive, some things that they shouldn't charge at all. So what are the feedbacks they give us? First, it's too expensive, an average of around $4 per hour. Then the second thing is the charge should be included in the NUS school fees that we have paid. So most students think that the charges are deterrents. So seeing this, then we go and approach the NUS Career Center. Then what do they say? Actually, initially it was not charged. But why do they start charging? They say because some students, right, after they sign up, they actually didn't turn up. Then because of that, NUS Career Center will have to make up for all the materials they have printed, the speakers they have invited, and all the foods they have been catered. So NUS Career Center thinks that, oh, students are not being reasonable, so we should charge them. Then at least they will feel the pain and they will come. So actually you can see, on one hand, the NUS Career Center is like, okay, this is so that students will come. But on the other hand, students are feeling that, because of that I don't want to come. So you see, this is sort of a disagreement. So this we need to address later, which will be addressed by Brooks later. Okay. Next is the lack of enthusiasm. Feedback from NUS Career Center. Companies feel that NUS students are not enthusiastic and proactive enough. They feel that students are very relaxed, slow in getting career skills. So NUS Career Center actually thinks that, if students want career skill, they should come to us instead of we should always skill, NUS Career skill like that. So it's like NUS Career Center wants students to be more proactive. That's why. But students and alumni thinks that NUS Career Center should be the one that is proactive. So it's the other way around. So both sides are sitting here, you should be more proactive, then the other side also, you should be more proactive. So eventually, these two sides do not meet. So this is another problem. Our final problem is inefficient dissemination of information. What do I mean by these lengthy words, right? It's because what we found from our survey, most of the students are unsure about the services provided. 56% of our survey respondents think that because they are unsure about what are the services NUS Career Center provide, that's why they don't bother to go down, because they think it's so complicated and okay, maybe it's like, I'm not sure what is this about, that's why I don't feel like going. So this is another problem that we need to address. So let me recap 3 key research findings. First is the disagreement on charge. Second is the lack of enthusiasm on students. And third is the inefficient dissemination of information. So now I will hand the time to Brooks, who will tell you how we plan to tackle all these 3 problems.
Thank you, Sheila.